Well, hello and Happy New Year. This is the Jammin Jukebox Radio Show, and I'm your host, DJ Delta Dawn. And I'm so excited because this is our first official show of 2014. I mean, can you believe it? Our holiday season, I think, was the shortest one on record. I know it was for me. From Thanksgiving to Christmas, it just flew. Time went. And we're already in day 5 of 2014. So I hope all of you out there listening had a wonderful holiday season and that you lived it up and partied hard on New Year's Eve and rung in the new year. And I have a feeling it's going to be a great year for a lot of folks. And so wishing everyone all the best out there for a very prosperous and healthy and just a year full of love, joy, peace, and all that good stuff. So we are so excited because we've got a great guest today, and the guest we have for you today is, I'm excited because I'm a personal fan of his. He's been on our show before, and ever since, I kind of came across him and his music, I was just, like, blown away. I've been a fan, like I said, ever since, and I've been following him, and, man, he has just been doing some amazing things in the world of music, and the reason why we're bringing him back, I'm so excited that, first of all, he is our first guest for 2014. Woohoo! But he's also here today because we're going to be world premiering his brand new single, which I am honored to be able to do for him and just to be able to bring to you the listeners. And so we want to welcome everyone in. If you're brand new to our program, welcome aboard. We're glad to have you here. And I want to give you a little bit of background on our guest in case you were not here the first time he was on our show. But he is a rocker. In a word, he's a pop rocker. He's a rocker. I mean, he is the coolest dude since sliced bread, in my opinion. He makes some awesome music. And he has pretty much been loving music and making music his thing since he was just a young kid, and from there it has grown. He has done amazing things, and we have been playing his music to death on our show, on our Indie Artist Showcase. He's gotten lots of rave reviews from listeners and fans alike, and I'm just amazed at how much he is doing and accomplishing in the world of music. He's going to be a household name. And so today we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be world premiering his brand new single, which, by the way, the name of it is Let Me Know. And without further ado, I want to bring on Mr. Christopher Giles. Hello, Chris.
Hey, Dawn. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you and your family, and I hope all of you had a wonderful holiday season.
We did. It's interesting being in Florida and through the winter, or for Christmas it's kind of different, being from Maine, used to being snow and all that. It's quite interesting to have, like today it's, in the 70s, so, it doesn't quite feel like Christmas sometimes.
Yeah, well, we had a couple of warm days right around Christmas Eve that we were all scratching our heads going, it does not feel like Christmas, but today it's frigid, like, I don't know, the high in the morning is supposed to be like 15. I mean, this is just, it's winter in North Carolina, what can I say? So you have an advantage there, what I would give to have your weather today, your temperatures at least, So
exactly. There's a reason I live in Florida. I tell my friends up north, I'm like, I made the choice to move south for a reason. I like the warm weather. So.
Well, I think we should all get a clue and follow suit. I mean, I believe half the country would welcome the idea at this point. There's so much going on. But I want to thank you so much for being here today and coming back on our show, and helping us kick off 2014 here on Jammin Jukebox, but also just to come back and world premiere your new single, which I'm so stoked about, which, by the way, it is off the chain good, man. I mean, you did.
I'm so excited, too, and I'm so glad you guys were able to get me in and help me do this launch, so it's exciting for sure.
Well, let's kind of talk a little bit about and catch the listeners up on what you have been doing since the last time you were on our show, because every time I turn around, I mean, and I'm on social media, I'm seeing that you're performing somewhere, you're going somewhere, I mean, you're doing all these great things. You have been a busy guy.
I have been a very busy guy, and I continue to be busy. I play out my band, One Wild Night. We play out, probably every other weekend. And then what I've really been challenging myself the last couple months is trying to write more often, write songs, the originals. So I'm trying to put out a new song every other month, kind of format. But I'm trying to challenge myself to write a song every week, at least one, where I can get back in the habit, keep it a habit that I'm writing, and I'm constantly collaborating with different artists, across the country, guys that I work with across, from LA to, here in Florida, different parts. But so I keep very busy doing the music and playing a little bit of guitar at home and stuff like that. I don't usually claim that either. So, but I keep extremely busy.
Oh, well, I know you do because I follow you on Instagram and Twitter and every place that you have an account. And, man, I'm telling you, every time I turn around, you are out there playing somewhere. And, and that's what it takes. I mean, to get where you want to be in this business is just playing your heart and soul out every chance you get. And so have you had any thing exciting go on of late? I know that you got the new single world premiering today, and
Yep.
you've got a new video coming out. But, I mean, any highlights between then and now that you want to talk about?
Oh, gosh, this is going to be my second video, and I got to tell you, that whole experience has been really neat, to say the least. I'm working with a guy named Dante Norwood, who's just phenomenal. This guy's a up-and-coming kid. He's actually an artist himself, hip-hop artist, and very, very talented. One of those guys that he can do music, he can do photography, he can do videos. So I found him by chance, which is a godsend, and we've been doing a lot of really cool stuff. So the video thing has been pretty neat. I don't even know how to put it into words. I guess a lot of anybody that's done any acting would know, getting in front of a camera and you do it like, 10 times. Okay, do it again. It gets to become kind of weird, because, I don't, how do I put this? Like the lip syncing, you know what I mean? So what we do is we'll play the song and then I'm just singing with it, and I'm trying to sing with it, like literally sing, so it doesn't look like I'm trying to just mouth the words, And we'll have people like walking by or driving by, and it's the most bizarre thing. Like, I feel really weird right now. Being on stage, it's different, because everybody's there to see you perform. But when you do it on the side of the road or on a bridge or somewhere, it's kind of weird.
Well, and I have to tell you, your first video I absolutely loved because it was so kind of candid and personal. It was just you, and there at the end, it was your wife, which she's by the way. And I mean, I thought that was so cool how you just incorporated her into the video. But the video was just beautifully done. The scenery was just immaculate. And was that a setting near where you live that you chose, or did you have to travel somewhere to make that video?
It's not too far from us. It's a little bit. It's funny. I found it by chance. I actually found the location off a friend of mine on Facebook had taken a picture with his car near this like old rundown kind of warehouse. So I asked him where it was, and it was, it's probably 30 minutes away. And so Joey and I kind of went and scoped it out. And then when I had the idea to do this video, I was like, oh, I have the spot. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be so cool. And, you brought up the intimacy with the first video. The funny thing is this video coming out tomorrow is actually even more intimate. And I had Joy in it again, of course. Got to have my wifey up in there. So, that's, she's like a muse for me. So I do a lot of my writing based on, our relationship and stuff. And this song, of course, as you've already heard, is not typical for my other songs. Usually that's a little more, how do I say, maybe on the positive side or on the loving, the romantic side. This was a little bit more of a more real, reflection of a relationship. And it's funny, even Joy asked me when I wrote it, when she first heard it, she's like, wow, do you feel that way about us? And I'm like, no, it's really, because people could take it out of context. And
sure.
To me, it's the song is really about every day waking up and choosing to be somewhere. I'm like choosing to have a relationship with the Lord, or choosing to be in a marriage, or, whatever it is, that we have a choice and that we have to make the conscious decision and investment every single day. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what the song overall is about, you know what I mean? But I think people will gravitate to it and understand the sentiment. I think we've all been through it, at some point.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely an identifiable song. And believe it or not, based on what you just said and describing it, it definitely has a positive ring to it because, we all are put here to make a choice, and we are faced with choices every day. I mean, and it's just up to us to decide what kind of choice we're going to make, kind of thing. So the song not only, most people I think are going to take it from and relate it to a relationship experience they're either going through or they've had, but it can go beyond that and be so much more,
Absolutely.
And relate to many things. And that's what I loved about the song. And I got that. I was like, God, Chris is going to so many different levels here, man. So I think it's going to touch a lot of people outside of relationships as well, and kind
Right.
of inspire some people, to go about things differently. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, the
Awesome.
new
I'm
video,
glad.
the new video that's coming out tomorrow, when can we expect it to launch? Do you have a set time that you're going to launch this thing, or?
I'll probably get it out tomorrow morning pretty early. I go to work pretty early, so I'll try to be up, and I'll have it probably posted by, 7 in the morning, I would think. I'll post a YouTube link and blast it on my Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. So it just literally today got finished. Dante did such a great job because, when we did the video, I said, hey, just letting you know that I want to do this launch on this day. And he's like, oh, okay, well, that's going to take some work. So we've been literally all weekend going back and forth. He'd send me, a draft, and me and Joy would look at it. We're like, okay, a little bit of this and change and tweak this and do this. And he's been wonderful. And even just today, he's like, you sure? You sure? And I'm like, nope, we're good.
Well,
I'm so sure. OCD that if you let me keep going, I'll keep going. I'll be like, okay, well, there's a little bit here, and
Yeah.
I tend to micromanage them.
When you're putting it out there for people to view it, you want it to be as perfect as you can possibly get it. Who can blame you? I'm a perfectionist too, and I know firsthand, how important that is, and it really does give off the best product for people to view and listen to, whether it's your music or the videos. But what was different about this video in terms of making it for you? I mean, of course, this was not your first radio, of course, now. So you've done a video now. So were you a little bit more comfortable in your own skin being in front of the camera this go-round, or what was different about it?
Yeah. And I'll tell you something, just being transparent and open like I do. When I'm recording and even with the video, something that I've learned that I have to do for me personally is I have to make sure I enunciate very well. I tend to, when I'm even recording in the studio and stuff like that, I have to really make sure that I enunciate words and stuff, because sometimes I guess it gets a little bit garbled, you know what I mean? So what I learned in the first video, looking at it, was, oh, wow, I really need to overpronounce the words so that you can read the words from my lips, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was something in this one that I was like, okay, I have to really do a better job. so that was one of the biggest things that I carried forward with I got to make sure that I do this correctly, Because it really is a reflection. You bring up such a good point, Don. That's something that I've held true and really important to my work and my music, my original music, is quality. If we ever want to get to a certain level, we have to have a certain level of quality. So if you want to be taken serious as an artist or anything else, and it's really a personal thing, but I have to know where I'm at and push myself to go to the next level. So when I write a song or I'm doing anything, I want to make sure, if I think that that's average for me, then that's not good enough. I got to make sure I'm pushing myself. So every song that I write, I'm not okay with. And, poor Rusty and Josh and these guys that I work with, they're in the studio and they're like, hey, how about this? And I'm like, we're singing along. And I'm like, no, and I'm just not feeling it. Yeah. And I think what it is to me is, it's not that it's bad. It's just like, I can do better. I can push myself to do better. So I've really, every song, if you were to put all 8 of my songs in a row, and you'd see the growth throughout them in a way of, I don't want to do the same thing every time. You know what I mean? I'm going to push myself. Let's do something different. So this song right now, I didn't stick with the typical, structure. I said, let's do something a little bit different, and the chorus of this song, Rusty and I were in the studio, and it hit me immediately. I'm like, that is amazing. Like, I just knew it was going to be so powerful, and I was so happy about it, and it's so fulfilling as an artist to be able to sit back and go, yep, that's exactly what it's supposed to be.
And that's funny that you mentioned that, because I know just like from doing my radio shows here that, and even building websites for the shows and everything, I mean, everything to me, if it's not that notch above what I even expect, it's not good enough. I want the best possible product. And you just know that you know when you've hit it. You just know, okay, that's it. And it may take numerous tries to get it to that place. Gosh. But when you get to that point, it's like sheer euphoria. You're like, oh, my gosh, that is so it. And you step away because you're afraid you're going to change your mind. You go, okay, I'm going to leave this as is, because if I keep dwelling, there's certain to be something that I'll change. No, we need to just leave it alone. And that's that moment. So I totally understand and get that, because that is so vital in what I do. So I think that's one of the reasons why I understand artists and why music is so important and all that you put into it, because it is not just a matter of getting in front of a mic in a recording studio and singing a song and saying, okay, that's it, that's a wrap. No, there's much more to it than that. You know, when you're thinking about beyond the studio to the people that are going to hear it, what are they going to get out of it, you know?
Yeah.
And
it's so neat because when you're in the studio a lot of times, you've worked out a rough song and you've got the song kind of down. But even as you're singing it in recording, you're going to sing it 20 to 50 times each line. And almost every time you sing it, it's a little bit different. It starts to grow. And that's why I've always told people about my songwriting. It's very organic, you know what I mean? I try to really just let it flow. And as you do it, you start to really, and then it almost like it's growing as a song until, like you're saying, when you get to the point of saying, yeah, that's it. Like, now this is it. And you would have no idea the day before what it was even going to come out like, which is such a neat thing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool that, you know, when you're in the middle of creativity and creating something new, you don't have it all figured out, and then it all kind of comes together, and that's when you know that you've got the right product that you're getting ready to push out. Because if you know, it's good to have plans and kind of have a framework, but man, you got to have, that's just to build upon. You know, that's not the actual product that ends up being what it is. So, you know, I understand. I feel your pain on that too. Believe me, it is a work in progress.
You should talk to Joy, Dawn. You should talk to Joy. She's funny because she does abstract art. She's a painter, and I'll come out. She'll be painting early afternoon, and I'll say, "Oh, that's so cool, you're getting there." And then I'll come out an hour later, and she's painted over it. I'm like, what are you doing? But she's like, well, it wasn't where I wanted to go. So it totally took on a whole new piece. You know?
I mean. And the great thing about your wife is that she gets why it has to be just right with your music, because she's got that thing going on with her art, you know, and being a painter. It's all in the same vein almost in terms of the creativity. Absolutely. So the creative gene, you know, it just kind of goes really far, trust me.
Absolutely.
Well, we're in a brand new year, and I know, gosh, what a way to kick off your year with a brand new single and, you know, and this new video coming out tomorrow. But what else have you got on tap for 2014 that you can tell us?
Oh, man. You know, I've got good, I got this feeling in my stomach that's good. You know, I feel like it's going to be a good year, but I also try not to look too far ahead, and I just focus on like short-term achievable goals for now, like, you know, continuing to write and really take it to the next level. Like with the music videos, to me, that's the next level, is starting to do videos and starting to write more songs. You know, I've got Rusty, who is the guitarist in my band, but he's also my producer, and so we have the opportunity to write a lot more often. So I'm going to try to pump it up to maybe even writing and recording 1 or 2 songs a month and getting in the swing. Not that I could release them that fast because we have to, you know, mix and master them, but my goal is just to continue to go to the next level. And I need content right now as an indie artist. You know, it's all about getting enough content and having enough material. And so for me, that's kind of where I'm at. You know, I'm not in the place of pushing any type of you know, swag per se, you know, like shirts or anything like that. I'm not there yet. I'm just trying to really create enough content and create a bigger fan base and being able to hopefully, you know, have people start sharing that as well. You know, if my friends and my fans start to share with other people, that who knows where it could go. You know, I really just love to sing, and that's the God's honest truth. So whether it's practice with the band or whether it's in the recording studio, whether it's on stage, I just love doing it. So right now I'm really still fortunate to be enjoying what I'm doing. And that's really all I need, because if it ever got where it was too heavy or too big or wasn't fun anymore, I wouldn't do it, honestly.
Yeah.
And, you know, I pray every single day, Dawn, and say, Lord, if this is not where you want me, if you do not want me doing music, then please close this door. And I mean that sincerely, you know, that I would do that. If that's where he wants me, then that's where I shall be. So for me, I'm just, my goal this year is to keep looking to him and praying for doors to be opened and opportunities to arise. And man, we get such cool experiences. So I'm so thankful that, so who knows what's going to happen this year? I know I don't. But.
Well, whatever happens, I know it's going to be good, and I'm really excited for you as an artist, because you are definitely tracking along, I think, in the right place at the right time, and I think that, you know, one of these days I'm going to turn on my radio in my car, and I'm going to go, oh, my gosh, Christopher Giles, you know, and I really firmly believe that, because you've just got what it takes. You've got the it factor, you've got the presence, definitely the voice, you know, and you're already doing some things that mainstream artists, have tapped into. And so it's going to happen. It's just timing and God's will. So you're on the right track, and just keep on keeping on. That's what I say to you.
Well, I appreciate you so much, and for having me on and sharing all my stuff. I mean, it's such a humbling thing to have people do that, to have my friends and people that I know share things, or people that I don't even know that share my music. It's hard to put into words,
Well, we're glad to do it. We believe in you and what you are doing, and so just know we will support you 150% all the way, and are here to help you in any way that we can. And keep sending us music, man, and we'll keep playing it.
That's what I will do. I really appreciate it. I will keep doing it for sure.
Well, Chris, thank you so very much. And again, Happy New Year to you and your wife, your family. And we are definitely wishing you all the best for much continued success for 2014 and beyond. And I look forward to speaking with you again in the very near future.
Absolutely. I can't wait. Thank you so much, Don. Happy New Year, and thanks to everybody out there that's listening. And I hope they enjoy the song, and they can hit me up on social media and let me know. So.
All right. Thank you so much, Chris. God bless.
Thanks, Don.
We'll
God
be in
bless
touch
you,
soon.
too, all right?
Take care.
All right. Thanks, Don.
Christopher Giles, ladies and gentlemen, awesome, awesome artist. And before I play the song, I want to give you some info on him so you know where to follow him. If you're on Twitter, follow him at Chris Giles Music. And I tell you, that's the best way to keep up with him. But you can also find him on Facebook at Christopher Giles Music, or you can go to his website, Christopher Giles. Let me make sure that doesn't say music. Hang on, I'm pulling it up right now as we speak. ChristopherGilesMusic.com. So any one of those places you can find him, keep up with what he's doing and all his music. And just remember, tomorrow is the world premiere of the video, and we're so excited about that. We actually will be putting that up on our thejamminjukebox.com website once it drops. So you can, go to YouTube and watch it, or you can go to our website and watch it, whatever you prefer, so that you can catch it. We'll also be tweeting out about that. But without further ado, I want to play this awesome, awesome, awesome single for you right now. This is Chris Giles' latest, and this is Let Me Know.
Build your heart to beat my drum. And I'm the one who holds the key to your love. When you hear my voice, does it fill your soul? Do you want to make this work, or just let it go? And I'm gonna let you know. Have you already gone? You never look back. Where's that sparkle in your eyes? Would you give me that? Do I capture your heart? Am I the man you knew before? Is this love worth a second chance? You do what I'm fighting for. Let me know. No.
You just heard the world premiere of Christopher Giles' latest brand new single, Let Me Know. And the world premiere of the video will be out tomorrow, so look for that. At some point in time during the day, we'll tweet out about that. When we have it up on our website, Chris will also be tweeting out and putting it on his social media pages. So look for it. I can't wait. I mean, if you haven't seen his first video, you need to check it out. It is awesome, so I know this one is going to be as well. And excuse me, and we are so excited that he was our first guest for 2014 to kick off Jammin Jukebox Radio Show for another wonderful year of great guests. And we want to say a huge thank you to him for being on our show and returning to talk to us about this great song. And so we're very, very thankful for that. And many, many thanks to all of you for tuning in today. And if you're brand new to our program, always we're glad to welcome in any new listeners. So welcome aboard, and we hope that you will be back again soon. And that is going to wrap our show for today. Again, we want to say a huge thank you to Christopher Giles for being our special guest. And check out the single. Furthermore, buy the single. It's available tomorrow. So do that, support him so that he can keep making great music, because all these indies are self-funded. They don't have major record labels backing them in what they do. So all the support that you can give them is most appreciated. So many, many thanks to all of you, and Happy New Year again. Hope it's a wonderful 2014, and we will be back here again very soon. Take care all. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great night, and we'll see you again soon. God bless.
Thanks for listening to tonight's show. You can connect with Jammin Jukebox Radio Show on Twitter at Jammin Jukebox or on Facebook at Jammin Jukebox Radio Show. Check out our website at thejamminjukebox.com. Also, follow us on Blog Talk, where you will be always up to date on every episode as we add it. Each episode is available for immediate download upon the conclusion of each broadcast, and as always, on iTunes. Thank you for joining us.